Hey guys, welcome back. Let's see, what did I miss?
Welcome back.
Let me just get the sound sorted here. Right, give me 1 second. Right, welcome. Sorry, got to be starting late here. Let's see, 1 hour. Where are we with this? 1 hour. So we run into that fair value gap there. This is a daily. I just want to show you guys quickly what this is. We're digging into this daily fair value gap that was printed yesterday. So I've marked that out to see if we're going to reject that. Looks like we're starting to do some sort of a rejection. We've got equal lows down here on a lower time frame. So let's jump down to the 15 minutes and see what do we have here. Nice rejection there. Let's jump to 1 minute here and then see. Right, so 1 minute. We are above, we did break through the high there, so not gonna look for longs. 1 hour, I mean, let me see. All right, so I don't know if this is like manipulation or are we just manipulating both sides. I mean, even if we broke, close above this VWAP, I don't think I'm going to take a long because it's not going to be much of a risk reward there. And I want to see if we actually want to break lower here. Uh, I mean, 50-minute, 1 hour. Although we got that big rejection, I want to see what this next. I want to see if this is actually going to reject this range. That's what I think. I want to see. We're above the VWAP, so this is all bullish. I want to see if there's going to be some sort of a rejection here. That's what I'm going to watch. We are already coming off a big, fair value gap, even on the 15-minute. So I'm gonna keep an eye on what's happening here. We break structure here. I just want to make sure we don't get ourselves caught into a sideways move here. Done. Look, so it's been going sideways all day. This area down here would be a good target if we break through all of this to start moving lower. So, but we're right on the top here. And I'm just worried that I mean, we need to get a pullback into that area for me to look at something. Otherwise, we'll see now. So, people that looked at this as a push to pull to buy. I mean, I would look to see how we treat this view up, and we didn't close above that. So, oh gosh, how did they manipulate you? Did you go long? Did you take a long in here? Right, so the 15-minute did reject up here. I'm interested to see what's happening here. So we're coming off a bigger fair value gap, so that could be the rejection. And now it's just a case. If I was going to look for longs, I'm gonna have to wait. I was going to have to wait for this first 15-minute to establish, come down, break this low first, and then close, bring that blue line lower, and then close above that to take it to this high into this fair value gaps. But we ran straight up there, so then you gotta have to typically wait to see what's next. Mm. And then on a separate note, if you look at this candle here, it closed below this purple line. So don't look at this. This is market opens. And this gives me closing below that is probably an opportunity to go lower. And that's why I've stayed out of this. And this gray line here hasn't pulled back all the way up. It'd be nice if it, coincide with this fair value gap. Then I would look for some shorts taking it lower. So one thing that I've picked up the last few months, guys, is what market, I don't want to say normally does. It runs the highs and the lows of the first 15 and then gets stuck in the middle. It happened yesterday. We did move at the end, and that's why. And I got wrecked. Start losing trades. And now I've got a rule, got to wait for this first 15 and then see what we want to do and see if the next 15 and between 10 and 11 is like just going to go sideways, or we actually continue in a specific direction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've looked at gold. That was one massive spike up on the 1 minute. I want to see how this 15-minute candle close. And based on that, I might look at taking some sort of a trade. I need to go and look at something quickly. I want to look at the 15-minute quickly. Just want to show you guys something. If this 15-minute close here, the 2R trade is doable. And I'll show you guys why. Huge momentums, one straight line. Just one straight line. And this is a nice target down here. So basically what I've done, guys, I'm in a short here. I've already shorted this. Stop is above here. And I'm targeting these lows here. Yep, I'm in already. All I need is price to go down to this fair value gap. It could pull back, but not above there, and drop. I mean, 50% right there, which is close. But I like this momentum I'm seeing here. This is very strong momentum to send us lower here. I'm very cognizant about this fair value gap here as well. This one. So I want to see a slice through this to get down to this level. And I don't want to see a pin in here because that could possibly pull this back here. Because now it's creating a little bit of a fair value gap. So I'm going to try hold this trade. $580 is around there. Right, I'm new here. Hey man, Michael. All right, I'm going to take you through it now. Let me just get this trade down there. Because I need a nice solid candles, squeezing through this fair value gap here. And I'll break this trade down for you guys now. This is a 15-minute, and I'll break it down on the 1 minute now. That's the type of candle you want to see. You don't want to see it pin up now, because that pin up could pull back deeper in here before it comes down later. I mean, if it pins in this fair value gap now, guys, then this is what it will be, or should be. It should be in this bigger fair value gap, 50% there, but I would prefer this thing just to smash through it. But it can still pin here. Come on, push it. Push, man. I know we still got time on this candle, so I would like to see it push. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. All right, so this could be the, oh gosh, the pullback that's just above the 50% of this bigger fair value gap. That is if we pin here. Okay, so my my take profit is right here. So all I need is a little bit of a more push into this blue area, then I'm fine. But price can also reach this fair value gap and bounce to retrace and then give another leg down. There's equal lows right down there. So let's see. And I'm wondering if I close my trade here, because I took it from up here, and wait for the pullback and try to re-enter again. But let's see. Let's see. Give it another push. It looks like it's stuck here. And now it's, holding that 50% there. I mean, we still got 7 minutes. But this is not how you want it to close in 7 minutes. Then you might get a pullback all the way up there. Oh gosh, don't like this. Right, so let's see. Everything's damping. Someone is new. Steve, where do you think will the pullback be? I've shown that to 50% of the previous high. Nice. What? 50%. Guys. All right, so let me go to the 1 minute. Sorry, we are on the 1 minute. All right, sorry about that, guys. I was looking at a different. So I marked out this high here. That's the 15-minute high, and I mean, this thing could potentially. Let's take this high. Come down to this, into this fair value gap here. So, and then bounce lower again. Or we can just reverse and go higher. What do you know? So, but anyway, so the only thing I traded today is I marked the first 15 minutes out. We've got, a bigger fair value gap, 15-minute fair value gap up here, and we rejected that. All right. If I wanted to, so there's no real A plus setup for me here. The only thing that changed my mind today was when I look at the 15-minute and I saw this this momentum coming down. Where that blue line, the red, everything comes from the top, from the extreme right through to the other extreme. That's big, what you call it, momentum. On a lower time frame, what I normally do is I'll mark that high, I enter on this candle, and you can expect it to are twice the length of that candle for price to go lower. And that's why I took it on the 15 minutes. And could price pull back? Yes, of course it can. We've marked the fair value gap there, so I'm happy to leave my stop there. If this thing turns around and goes stop me out, I mean, it's one of those things. But I am just gonna sit with this trade and see if we can get a pullback up here. And what that pullback will look like is if I go to a 1 minute and I look at this, the gray lines are at the extreme, it's crossing. The blue and the red is down here, which is perfect for a pullback. So, I mean, I can take this VWAPs off now. Just so you guys know, there's a specific trade I take with the VWAPs. Didn't set up, so I didn't take it. So all I need now is price. We did break through this, consolidate, broke back up. This is a pullback based on my indicator. All I need to see now is follow through down to this area, or at least to take this low out. But we are not yet at 50% of this. 50% is up here. So we could see price come up all the way here. So this could be a double pullback. So we just need to see how it all, plays out. Or this could be just a singular one. And this pullback on its own is one of my trades as well. I'm not taking this one because we've already, I'm already in a trade. And I'm not saying this is the trade. This could be a double. And the reason I'm saying this is a double because 50% is up here. We haven't pulled back into that 50%, which is this little gap here. If it wants to extend, we could go in there. My stop is up here, so I'm fine for now. So let's see. So what do I trade? I trade liquidity to liquidity, structure, fair value gaps, and then obviously bring in momentum like I've shown you guys down here. So if this is obviously pushing lower, then this would have been the entry. Down there, and your stop goes above there. Then you mark out a 2R. 2R is about there. But like I said, I'm not taking this trade because we haven't really got back into the 50% area. But that's basically what I would target. And then you can target this lows or that fair value gap. Right, let's see if we can get follow through here. This is obviously within this fair value gap, another gap, another gap. So we need this candle to smash through it if we want to see it go lower. If it starts spinning here, it could go higher to take this out and then make it way down, or gradually go up all the way. So let's see. Come on, push it, man. I'd like you to go to my TP and get it out of the way. I don't have to worry about the trade. All right, so I like the momentum through there. We haven't really go below this yet. So hopefully we get a little bit of a push down there. No. And this is a very nice pullback, like you can see, and then we back down there. All we need now is follow through. Come on, push now. Don't make these little thingies. Just dump. Dump it, dump. Yes, stop right there and go low. Oh, gosh. Come on. Come on. Oh, gosh. Don't like that. So now you're doing gaps, 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 gaps. Not the best. All right, so what I've done, guys, I actually closed my trade here. I took the money off the table. It would have been a nice trade, and now it's going to probably rip down. So the reason you might ask, why did I close the trade? I don't like it when we start bouncing like this off a bigger fair value gap. That tells me we might come back up here or pull back deeper. And I'll rather take another entry up here. I'm already 1% here. So I just don't want to sit with the trade go back up here and stop me out, or at break even type of thing. I don't want to do that. Like to take the money off the table. It's a proper account, so let's secure it while we can. Uh, 179 equal lows. I've got it here at 174.75. That's fine. And like I said, looks like we want to do some sort of a double pullback. So what I would look for now is, if this is another pullback up here, I will then see if there's some sort of a divergence to then take a short. But the price has been extended here, so I don't want to get stuck here, basically. But I mean, didn't close it down here because of this candle. I thought we could see some push down, but we most probably still see it. My timing's just a bit out. What do I think of the RSI? I don't know. I think like 10 years ago, I tried to trade the RSI on divergence and all of that. I think I found other things that works better for me, like the stochastics. The stochastics. That's what this is. This is different stochastics in one. And then obviously the other thing that I use is your normal TDI. I mean, I'm going to show you. I've traded the TDI for a long time. This expected some sort of a manipulation up. It's going out and it comes back down. This candle here, that's where you could have entered and put your stop there and try to take it lower till it bounced back here. And that would have been a very good trade. But again, you can't just trade it randomly like up here. It wouldn't, I mean, it would work, but you got to have context for these indicators. And that's the thing. You got to find, if an RSI is something, if you want to use an indicator to help you, you got to go and understand that indicator 100%. Go and understand it, backtest it, and make sure you know when that indicator works and when it doesn't work, and when does it gives you a hint of what's coming next. And that's what I'm using. And I'll show you quickly. Sorry, I'm not jumping around. So right here. So I've already got price action to move up here and then sell off. Then I'm going to mark this candle here, that one. Okay, so we're breaking the momentum to the downside. That's an entry. This also showed me this is a manipulation leg. Out of the band, back into the band. That to me is double confirmation. I'm happy with this. Then I go and look around. And what I've done is I looked at the 15-minute to see what's the momentum looking there. And it was definitely aggressive. And I took the trade into that low. And that's how I use it, as a combination of things, not just having a look at one or two things. So I don't put them on these screens. I like to look at price action in a clear view. I've got a separate screen that displays all of those stuff. So I'm trying to make my decision here first. And then I'll then look what, my other two indicators tells me. The other thing is, guys, I mean, I'm not here to tell you guys, put indicators on your screen and all of that. The other thing that I use is a simple moving average, the 50. And I look at that on a 15-minute to see where we are. And that tells me we were obviously bullish on the 15-minute, but I did not trust it because it ran, because I've had this in mind. I mean, we had this 15-minute fair value gap up here. So we rejected that. That already tells me there's a possibility that we're going to break that 50 moving average. And looking at it, that's exactly what happened. And once it happens, there's momentum behind it. And now what we're doing, we're making higher lows and lower highs. So this is a consolidation. So we could see price move in here and then drop further. And Yeah, so I mean, if you really need something to tell you quickly, I mean, even the VWAPs, I'm using the VWAPs because it's a separate strategy that I look for in the morning when the market opens, but then I take it off. But like I said earlier, what I did notice last couple of months, 15-minute range sets up, and if we run the highs and the lows, and then we get stuck in the middle. And yeah, so the trade I was looking for is price to come break the low first, and then break back in over the VWAP to target the high or this fair value gap. So that didn't set up, so I didn't take that trade. Then I moved to the next thing. Okay, what do I see now? And that's our formula. There's three different setups that I use: the VWAPs and the indicators for after I've analyzed price. Right, so let's see, is this going to run up first? And this is 50% here, guys. This is where you want to see it. I mean, 50% of this is here, but 50% of when the move started is this fair value gap here. Right, so at the end of the day, guys, a lot of people will say, oh, that guy's using indicators, blah, blah, blah. If you've got an indicator, even if it's a moving average, that helps you direct the market, I will tell you, use it. Now we're dropping. Hey, that would have been a nice payout. But hey, it's fine. Mm-hmm. Right, so that would have been my TP hit there. So we actually went to that area, which is great. Yeah, sometimes, this market got its own time of reaching. I mean, and I'm sure everybody on this stream has marked out levels before, and then it just drags on, and before the end of the day, it runs those levels, but without you. All right, so now we've got these equal lows down here. I'm not taking another trade, guys. I've taken my trade. I made my money. I'm happy to let it be. Happy to shot home anybody else who's got a short on. Yep. I mean, this was just a decision I made. I don't like these gaps working this area, and just in case we go back up there, rather take money off the table. Yeah. Would you guys deem this this black candle here as an engulfing candle? Right, equal lows coming up. Again, one of those things where we push down, consolidate, push down, consolidate, push down. Not push down, consolidate, manipulate, push down, consolidate, manipulate. Boom, that's perfect. If it pulls back like that, then it gives you nice entries. But in this case, it's just down. Okay, let's see. Let's take this off. Nice liquidity. These lows here, I'm just wanna. All right, so obviously we've got lots of liquidity down here, guys. But I do think now that we've run that and pull into that equal lows, we could see something like this. Pull back into this area. But let's see. Okay, so paper traded. So I can't do any paper trade here now because this is already extended. So we've gone through the levels. I need something to pull back for me to take a trade here. The reason I ask about this engulfing candle, so what I'm doing as well is when I've got a good direction like a pullback, if this turning point creates a engulfing candle, like run the high and close, I just don't know if this does it need to close below that. But what I've done is that white candle would then be, I take these two candles, engulf that. So I would mark out the 2R. So above the engulfing candle, it's your stop, and then you mark out your 2R. And it did pull back a little bit, and then you got it. And remember what we said yesterday, guys. Because Friday, I know this happened a bit quicker now. Friday we had the big dump, and then yesterday, but sideways even through the night. AMC, London session today, really just going sideways. and then we get this manipulation to drop further. So, with that said, I think there's news tomorrow. CPI, is it CPI? Forex. CPI tomorrow and then PPI on Thursday. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen tomorrow. Yeah, so that could potentially be it. That this is the high of the week. And I mean, we could still pull back now into this bigger range and maybe set up something to go lower either tomorrow or later in the PM session today. Okay, so we are in the macro time now, so I don't know if we're just going to continue down or what we're going to do, but let's see. Sorry, I was so caught up with this trade now. I wanted to welcome that guy. What is it? Michael BL IS. All right, this is normal to pull back here, guys. Even on the 15 minutes, nice to see some sort of a pullback. Mm-hmm. 275. Yes. So because we haven't run the midpoints of, wait. Yeah, we missed the midpoint here. And we miss any midpoint up there. And we just, so this to me is like 1, 2, 3. This could be a little bit sideways to reset to go lower, or pull back into these areas of liquidity that we haven't run. So I don't want to say 50% of this range is a no-go, but this is definitely not something I'm going to trade. A 276 area or even 304. Just because we've already dumped. I always say, and I've been caught like this before, see the market do this and then try to get involved on the third leg and then get stopped out. You always wanted to get in when the turn happens as quickly as you can to catch, that move, instead of where it ran through a bunch of levels and maybe stop now to take a breather, to go sideways or go up or whatever. But yeah, if you and the other thing is, I mean, we haven't run liquidity yet to push down to pull back and continue. That's my thing. That's my biggest worry. But then again, guys, I'm not here to tell you what trades to take and what not to take. If you got strong enough conviction to take that short, then you got to trust your instinct to take it. I'm just explaining why I wouldn't take it. I could be wrong. All right, I'm going to stick around for another 5 minutes, guys. Then I'm going to go and then I'll be back at the PM session. But let's see what we get in the next 5 minutes. Cheers, man. The only reason I'm jumping off in 5 minutes is I don't want to get tempted to take any trades between, after 11. But just thanks, Steve. Yes, thanks. I don't know if price is just heavy today because it's not giving us those pullbacks that we want. Dum, dum, dum. The other thing that I'm watching here as well is this is some sort of a pullback, but not as strong as this one. These ones are smaller pullbacks, and this could turn around and go higher and then come down. It all depends. And then the other thing that's important is this candle is let's see. Okay, so I've got two more candles. If we close up there, then that's a pin into those equal lows. Then we could see possible pullback. Or if we continue lower, then you want to see the second candle, not this one, the second one, close lower. But I do expect some sort of a pullback to then go lower, maybe later. Lower VWAP. Is around. Okay, let's see. Let's put the VWAPs on quickly. I can take this one off. And what we've got here is the two VWAPs is crossing each other. So this could come back up and test these VWAPs and then, go lower again. But don't force any trades. If the trade was somewhere up here and you missed it, rather just read price and but don't force any trades, because this is where you're going to get smashed. And this is exactly what I said could happen. See, we didn't pull, and then maybe that goes up and then gives another push down. But we could also come back all the way to these VWAPs and reject or something to sell off. But I'm going to leave that for the PM session. And then I can always come back later and see. All right, that's it, guys. That's says sell off. I mean, the 15 minutes say it was big momentum to sell, but now we pin through this low, so this could pull back up in here. But this blue can also now cross to take a deeper pullback and then do some stuff here and maybe come back later. So I I don't have any context with that now, so I wouldn't take anything on that. But anyways, guys, thanks. This was a short session. Thanks for joining, and we'll be back this PM session around 2, and then we'll see if there's something else setting up there. All right, guys, take care, and thanks again. Cheers. Bye.